Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new segment I'd like to call In My Eyes. I'm your host, Joe Fryhofer, and tonight I want to unpack what has been unfolding at Arsenal Football Club over the past 2 seasons and what Tuesday's draw against Chelsea really told us about the current state of the club. To truly recap the entire journey, we have to begin at the very end, the very moment where Arsenal truly found itself in a state of disaster. The club was entering a new era after Arsene Wenger announced his retirement at the end of 2018. Supporters said goodbye to the man who brought them an unforgettable past. During his reign, the club never finished shy of the top 4 from his arrival in '96 until 2017. He made the world fall in love with his style of flowing play and brought in French legends like Thierry Henry and Patrick Vieira. The Gunners chose to bring in former PSG boss Unai Emery with one objective: to stamp their ticket back into the Champions League. After a season that featured a 22-match unbeaten streak and a spot in 5th, Emery managed to steer the Gunners into the Europa League final against Chelsea. But after 90 minutes, he found himself pitifully urging his side to continue impress while being down 4-1 in extra time. During regulation, he subbed off Mesut Ozil for Joe Willock, an academy prospect who played a mere 64 minutes the entire Premier League season before coming on for the German. Arsenal's defense looked hopeless and on its heels, and Lucas Torreira left the pitch in tears. The club's hopes of entering a fresh season with that Champions League theme song dancing in their heads once again had all been shattered. Emery still had 1 more year on his contract to go, so he would go back once again. The summer was filled with a standout of signings such as left-back Kieran Tierney and a record-signing Nicolas Pepe from Lille. The club also took a gamble and brought in an aging David Luiz to try and bolster that back line. It all, however, proved to be merely a mirage. From viral videos of angry exchanges between Emery and Ozil at training to a 7-game stretch without a win, the side continued to play out from the back hopelessly without any true sign of leadership on the pitch. Emery took a vote within that locker room on who the players see as the club's true captain, and out came Granit Xhaka after the team election, and he was wearing the armband the following match. His reign soon ended after throwing the armband and his kit to the ground and stormed off the pitch, cursing and gesturing at supporters as he was substituted in another horrid showing from the Gunners. A serenading of boos from the Emirates after a Southampton draw and a 2-0 blanking from Leicester, the following timeout sent Emery packing his bags and his Europa League trophy case still collecting dust. The club's longest winless run since 1992 had come to an end. But in my eyes, this is where the club truly made a move that I feel will be a turning point for years to come. After selecting Emery over the young Manchester City assistant back in 2018, former captain Mikel Arteta was the next man in to try and rescue the club. He knows the Arsenal pattern of play, the passion of the supporters, and most importantly, where the club needs to be. Just days after thrashing the Gunners 3-0 wearing a City parka as Pep Guardiola's right-hand man, he then sat in the stands of Goodison Park as the next manager, intricately watching each of his new players' every move and body language. His first 2 games in charge proved to be a harsh welcoming to the club, but within each one, there still seemed to be a tangible sense of hope floating about. Arteta brought in extreme attention to detail. He noted that those who have not been giving 110% for the shirt will not be wearing one in the future. He wanted to give the fans something to cheer about again, and in turn, the entire lot of supporters would do their part and serenade the side back to that addicting Arsenal style of play they were once known for around the world. A hard-fought stalemate at Bournemouth, recording 17 shots and nearly 600 completed passes, gave the Gunners all the things they had been missing under Emery. A connected midfield, a defense that stood up on its own and built up in the final third. Then came a shattering last-minute loss to Chelsea, where the players pressed and collapsed as one on the Blues every time they lost possession. The Emirates swelled with song. The midfield had balance, with Ozil back in the number 10 position, slipping service in behind. Xhaka seemed to urge play forward with each pass and guaranteed Arteta he'd stay at the club despite nearly making a run to Hoffenheim after his fallout. And on Tuesday, when it seemed so far away from an early red by David Luiz, Martinelli showed fans once again his drive and wondrous youth that had wowed supporters all season long. 367 days after tearing his ACL, Hector Bellerin was wearing the armband and rescued a point with a curler in the 87th with his left boot after the team recorded just 2 shots the entire match. Through it all, in the first 7 matches for Arteta, it's there once again. The passion, the drive, and a change in body language from everyone that says they're buying into what he wants to build. It's been a journey that very few could ever understand, but in moments like these, Arsenal and the supporters must hang on for the long haul. Through Arteta's vision, each little moment of wonder will once again add up to that success that the club has always known. And that is how I see it in my eyes. I'm Joe Fryhofer. Thanks for watching.